name's Cole Hill and I'm the Director of Alternative Education here at Lockwood High School in Billings, Montana. I'd like to talk to you today about how we are working to unwall education through transformational learning and alternative pathways. One of the alternative pathways that we are using to do just that here at our school is what we call our Professional Student Aide program. Now, the need for this program was actually born out of a shortage in staff that we had in terms of paraprofessionals and custodial workers. So what we decided to try doing and have had great success with so far is employing our own high school students to go work in our elementary and middle school buildings and fill some of those gaps. These students actually earn a little over $11 an hour for their time while they're working. They also earn high school credit through School to Work program that we also oversee within alternative education. And so it's a double win. They're leaving the school during the school day, they're earning high school credit, and they're getting paid for their effort. One of the benefits of this program that we've realized is that this becomes the highlight of the day, not only for our students that are serving in this role, but for the students in the elementary and middle schools that get to work with them when they come. So it's very mutually beneficial.
I started the Student Aid program in January and I got placed with the 8th graders. A few kids especially I've seen a lot of growth from, and it feels really good to know that I've been able to help in the classroom setting. I run copies for the teachers sometimes and do grading, which I'm sure has been a big help. A few of the kids, he's chosen to move to the back where I sit so I can help them out more on assignments. It's such a great feeling. A couple kids have asked me if I want to go into teaching. And the reason I took this job originally was just because it seemed like a good experience and also from a financial viewpoint, but I'm kind of reconsidering now. I feel like they might kind of sway me towards a more closer profession to teaching because it's so satisfying to see this impact that you've made on these kids' lives. I know from my standpoint when I was younger, I would have loved to have like that older mentor, and I think it's really cool that I get to be that in somebody else's life.
It has had a great impact on our student learning throughout my building. Through all content areas, we have student aides that are working in English classrooms, that are working in special ed settings, that are working in elective classes, and their ability to be able to really provide another layer of support for our students and then give extra assistance to our teaching staff has just been incredibly invaluable. So we've had a number of teachers here in the building just express how thankful they are for the students here in our building, the student aides in our building, and the support that they have. They've seen a tremendous benefit in student behaviors in the room because having those older students, I think a lot of our middle school students don't necessarily want to misbehave. They don't want to look bad in front of those students, but so that's had an impact just as far as just their presence alone has probably improved some behaviors. They just do some great things here to support our kids.
One of the kids I work with, he's a little more challenged than the rest, so my teacher has me work with him. And he's always so excited to see me. I honestly think he does better when I'm there. My favorite part about being a student aide is always helping the kids and making them have a better class period. I personally think that I help out the teacher a lot, keeping the kids quiet because she does have a noisier class. And so I help her keep the kids calmer and make sure they stay on track so she can do what she needs to do for the class period. Some things my teacher has told me while I'm there is that she really appreciates it and I've helped her a lot and took a lot of stress off of her shoulders in the classroom. I really enjoy working in middle school. They're really fun to work with. And on top of all the good experience, it's really nice getting paid for what we do.
We are a high school that serves approximately 400 students, and when we initially proposed the program to our entire student body, we had over 160 students sign up to be a part of the program. We then invited 80 of those students to apply, and from that process we ended up hiring a total of 35 of them. Those 35 students in our high school serve in a variety of roles throughout our district in our pre-K through 8th grade classrooms in 3 different buildings. These students do a variety of tasks throughout their time while they're on the clock with us. Some supervise the lunchrooms, others supervise playgrounds, but the majority of them are actually working in the classrooms and actually working with students, helping with teaching and learning, and that is great. Obviously they have the supervision of a classroom teacher or an administrator, but they're getting hands-on experience in a way that is tangible for them. They get to experience being a professional, and so that's very rewarding for them. And this is what's causing a lot of these students who are professional student aides, this is what's causing them to consider this profession moving forward in the future, which is a great benefit for us.
We have one student aide that has been incredibly helpful with one of our staff members and just being flexible and engaging with students and helping them. We talk about belonging and becoming a lot within our building here and just supporting that message. This specific student aide wants to be an educator down the road and is really invested in trying to learn on the job about education and what it takes to be a teacher and building relationships with kids and so forth, which is really cool.
My typical day looks like greeting the students as they come in and helping them, asking them questions to prompt them to solve their own problems. I think it's really refreshing to do something other than just traditional classwork. My favorite part is seeing when a kid makes those connections and has an aha moment, and then seeing them succeed is really awesome. Something that I really want to do is maybe be a teacher or at least work in a school setting, maybe be a librarian, something like that. And this has really helped me because it's expanded the group of kids that I'm comfortable working with. Now I feel like the age group that I understand and can work with has expanded, and it's taught me a lot of things that I feel like were impossible to learn without experience. And of course, it's really awesome to be able to get paid while I'm in school. Our school ends at 4 o'clock, so sometimes it can be tricky scheduling work after that. So it's really nice to be getting an income while I'm on school campus.
I started out thinking more of the financial aspect, that's why I wanted to do it, but it branched out into more of, I was happy to be hanging out with the kids, watching them play, run around at their recess, down at their lunch, because I can relate to that. I had those same experiences. One of my most favorite things, I go down there, I sit out their recess, watch them play football. We all play football together every once in a while. I run around, I fall down with them.
It's like having another 6 to 10 adults in your school, which is important. The roles that they fill, we use ours a little bit different. We do have some that are in the classrooms that are working on it with small groups. We also use a lot of our kids that do cafeteria and aid help, cafeteria recess help, or if they're in a classroom, they meet almost as a mentor, as a one-on-one with some of our strategic kids that need some specific behavioral help, and that alone has been transformational for us because it's allowed those kids to have somebody to look up to, have somebody to keep them on focus all the time, and to get somebody to help them with their work, talk to them about behaviors, talk to them about life. It's been probably one of the best things we've done in the last couple of years. We're all behind it. It's helped out every one of our schools. I feel confident, when I have those kids here, they're steady, they're reliable, they come in and tell me if they have issues or anything that they think needs changed, and I'm hoping we continue to do that.
Honestly, I think being a professional student aide kind of helps me have a positive influence on younger generations. Being a professional student aide has kind of allowed me to get an introduction into teaching and allow me to kind of open up the doorway to being a Native American law teacher in the future, because that's what I want to do. Because I feel like people in our generation don't really know what happened to Native Americans. So personally, I feel like I can teach them what happened.
Ian is very helpful, you know. He tells us a lot of stories. He helps us with work when we need it. He shows us what to do and how to be. He's a really good role model.
He helps us a lot, and he just changes the attitude of the classroom.
He helps us when we're struggling with some of our work on history and stuff.
When he's not in the classroom, it's like it's not fun because he's the one that lights up the room. He'll know when we're struggling and he'll tell us how to do it and what to do.
We are so enjoying having our professional student aides from the high school coming down to help us each and every day. It's had such a positive impact on students and teachers and our paraprofessionals that work for us in the lunchroom and on the playgrounds. They do a multitude of things every day. They work with kids one-on-one in their classrooms to help them learn the skills that we're trying to teach on a daily basis. They go to specialists with them and get to engage with kids in STEAM, music, PE. We have them helping out on playgrounds to make sure kids are safe and that they're also getting that interaction with older kids that helps them, you know, build bonds and makes them want to come to school each and every day. They've learned that it's just like a job, and when they're going to be gone, it affects teaching and learning. We miss them when they're not here if they have to miss for some reason. It's, you know, we feel it. A teacher team, I was in kindergarten PLC yesterday and they actually said, Jenny, I don't know what we did when we didn't have them. You know, they give them any task they can when they walk in every day, and they adapt to that and learn how to do it and ask questions if they need to. And so they really just become a part of what we do here.
I usually greet the kids. They come into the lunchroom. I help them find their seats, and I kind of just walk around, ask them how their day's going, and if they need anything, they raise their hand, and I go over and help them and just get what they need. And then after, I clean the tables and dismiss the kids. My favorite experience with kids is getting to know them and building relationships with them. So there's this one kid that's, in the beginning of the year when I started working, he was pretty sad. He always has his hood on and head down. And over a while, I just asked him how his day was going and got to know him. And now he comes into the lunchroom all happy and excited to be there, which I thought was pretty cool because I made an impact on his life. I would say it is like the highlight of my day because I get to go see these kids that I've seen every day, and they're fun to eat lunch with them and talk to them about their day and stuff.
And I have two student helpers, Emma and London. They are fabulous. They come in and they help me with kindergarten and during enrichment. Miss Emma goes above and beyond. She's helped me rearrange my room to help with STEAM projects. She has helped with students in monitoring. She helps me set up things, distribute materials, and she's always just a wonderful extra set of hands. But it's not just that, it's her heart for teaching and her heart for the little ones. She does a fabulous job just taking care of the students and putting on band-aids and helping tie shoes and doing things that while I'm teaching she can kind of handle, and it just helps me immensely. And Miss London comes during my enrichment period, so I have kindergarten through second graders after school, and we are doing projects like Minecraft, and she knows more about Minecraft than I know about Minecraft, so she does a fabulous job with, you know, helping with questions and helping them navigate through the program and just the extra help. I cannot thank them enough for helping me during those times. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without her.
Emma is a great teacher. She always helps people when they need help.
When Emma is in the classroom, everybody's like super happy that Emma's there. And when Emma isn't in the classroom, everyone's kind of just like
sad.
Yeah.
Emma brings like a different type of like joy to learning in the class.
Another great benefit that we've realized from this process and utilizing this program is the long-term vision that we're seeing down the road. We've noticed that quite a few of our students that are in the program, of the 35, that didn't have a particular desire to be in education professionally after high school prior to being a part of the program now have expressed an interest in going to college to become a teacher or working with students in some other capacity. In that way, we are effectively working to grow our own teachers and staff in the future. Our hope is a few years down the road, we will have substantial staff that are from the area. But in the short term, those gaps are filled, and we've had great success and great stories from teachers and students in terms of the success they've enjoyed as a result of the program.